Well, Michael, your team had played some good football in the first 65 minutes or so, got themselves back on level terms, had some chances. How frustrating is it how it eventually played out for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think it was 68 minutes the goal went in, the second goal. I thought for 68 minutes we dominated the game. I think all the stats sort of up to that point proved that. And I was really pleased. Really pleased with us, with the ball, without the ball. We're competitive, played some really good football, created loads of chances. Look, the two goals were errors, big errors, and gifts from our point of view. I felt the first 5 minutes after the second goal we conceded, we didn't deal with that sort of part of the game very well. It was almost like a little bit of a hangover, that 5 minutes that we haven't had, if I'm being honest, in the previous games, certainly the previous few games. I thought we've dealt with disappointment, and I think going behind in the game again was a great example of dealing with disappointment and coming back into it. So that's something that obviously we can look at and be aware of and make sure the players are aware of. But I don't want to be sort of too disappointed, as daft as it sounds, because anyone who's here tonight will sort of understand and back me up when for 68 minutes, like I say, I thought we were as good as we've been.
Yeah, played some good football in that first half in particular. Tommy McDermott was at the heart of many of your better moments as well, wasn't he, with a number of efforts?
Yeah, no, he was outstanding. He's a proper footballer. Yeah, he's very, very good. He good pass to the ball, takes the ball on the back foot. He's obviously got a wonderful strike from the edge of the box. He's hit the bar again. He's had one cleared off the line. He was definitely involved in a lot of the good stuff that we had in the game tonight, and it just goes to show, obviously, the 3 games that he's not been available, how much we've missed him. So I'm looking forward for him to sort of put the 2 performances he's put in the cup games into the league games.
And what a start for your latest signing, Bradley Yovier, with the equaliser as well on his debut.
Well done. He hung in the air for a long time. It was a very good finish, and he had a good day. Obviously, he's only been in the building one day, and for him to put in a performance, as well as he has done tonight, he's only going to get better and better. And the likes of him and sort of Cabs gives us a different dimension because of that pace that they have, and it can put the fear of God into teams. It can make the opposition drop a little bit deeper and leave that space in front. And I thought we executed that quite well, like I say, for large parts of the game. The game just sort of fizzled out after the 70-minute mark a little bit, which was a shame, because I still thought that even at that moment we were good enough to sort of go on and win the game.
And a word about the other debutant, Will Brook, coming in tonight with Eli Harrison away on international duty.
Yeah, I thought Will was fine. Yeah, he kicked the ball well, he handled the ball well. A little bit unfortunate with a couple of the goals. He's only a young boy, but he's obviously shown a bit of maturity tonight, and it takes a lot of guts to sort of come in and perform in a sort of calm way, the way he did tonight. So I'm delighted for him.
How's Toto Enciala, who clearly looked at a lot of discomfort when he had to go off?
Yeah, we obviously a bit too early to call on it. Obviously, we're no more in the next sort of 24, 48 hours. I can't really give you too much on that at the minute. But yeah, I'm sure when we speak again Thursday or Friday, I'll give you a better picture.
And you clearly don't want any more injuries, because you're missing George Lloyd and Anthony Scully already. Yeah,
no, exactly. Yeah, it's injuries is the last thing that we want and need, but they are part of the game, and we get that. So look, we'll see what the situation is with Toto first before trying to comment too much on it. But the more players we have available, the better, because obviously we're a really small group as it is. We've got to make sure that we try and keep as many fit and available.
How was yesterday for you, Michael? The final day of the transfer window, 1 coming in and 3 going out.
Yeah, I mean, they're strange things, transfer windows, and especially that transfer deadline days. It's one of them where there's a bit of an anticipation, I'm sure, for every fan up and down the country, hoping that their club are going to, sign a star striker or get that, you know, X factor player into the football club. You know, and we are where we are as a football club, so I think we all sort of know that. I think bringing Bradley in was, you know, good business, because I think we've seen tonight in the little sort of moments that we've seen in the 70 minutes or so what he can be capable of, and hopefully we'll see more of that as the games continue. Yeah,
you've made 11 signings, haven't you, in this particular transfer window? Is the possibility of more? That you've got the free agent market, I guess, to still consider. Is that something you're contemplating?
Well, we're a small group, you know. Obviously, you mentioned the fact that, you know, we have signed 11 players, but you know, we're a group of sort of 17 senior outfield players, with the 2 goalkeepers taking us to 19. Obviously, we've got the 2 young kids in there as well. So we are a small group, and you know, there may be a possibility of you know, 1 or 2 of the lads. I know obviously the PFA have got the camp that they use that has been sort of really successful over the last couple of seasons, and it's an opportunity for players to stay fit, because obviously sometimes you take players after the window and it takes them 3 or 4 weeks to get up to speed, but with the help of obviously the PFA, the lads who've been in them camps can come in and sort of almost make an impact straight away.
And what about the players that have moved on from the club yesterday? Toby Savin going to Wigan, Alex Gilliard's gone on loan to Carlisle, Max Matter has moved on as well. What are your thoughts about the departures of those 3 players?
As I said previously, I just think it's important to, you know, I felt it was important. I think the club were with me on it, and certainly most of the people that obviously are in charge and happy for the decisions to be made. I think it's the right thing for the club and the players. I think it was you know, even though there were difficult decisions and difficult conversations, actually when you sort of sit down and you have a one-on-one with players and people at certain times in their career, I think they were all very easy conversations in the end, because there was just an understanding from both parties that sometimes the timing's right to move on and go and do something different, and you know, the likes of Max, Toby and Gilly, that I thought that was definitely the case.
What's the latest with George Nurse, who again not involved in the matchday squad tonight?
Yeah, I think he's, from what conversations that we've had over the last 24 hours, I think he's close to potentially agreeing something with a side. So it's nothing concrete, it's not like 100%, but from what I've been told, he's had positive conversations.
Okay, and your thoughts start to turn towards Barnet now, I'm sure, very quickly this weekend?
No, absolutely, yeah, and to be fair, I think you always have half an eye on them type of situations anyway. It would have been nice to try and get through to the next round tonight, sort of put it to bed, but the good thing about obviously the Northampton game, it makes it dead simple what we need to do, which is a good thing, and it makes it a proper cup tie. But yeah, I mean, I think you always have half an eye on what's the next game anyway, and you know, Barnet, you know, believe it or not, are a very different outfit to what they were at the start of the season, just in terms of their approach. So I found that quite interesting. It's something that we're going to have to deal with.
Thanks for your time, Michael.
Cheers.